What on earth is that? It's a Journey into Comics Network production! All aboard!
I brought my pencil. What do you wanna do with your life? Walk on home, boy. Yeah. Like anything gets to say like you did before. Make it ring, make it bleed, make it really sore.
I've already had a cut. Oh. I already had my coffee poop too. Great. Was that caught?
Yes.
Great. All right. Yeah, it'll be used.
I've had my coffee poop.
I've already had my coffee poop. All right, here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you're catching us, welcome to another episode of Rank 'em All, Between the Buried and Me edition. I'm your host, Nick Maxon, sitting here in the Dudio with a full ensemble of dudes. How's it going, Dr. Dongo?
It's going good. I'm really tired and really hungry and weak. I'm feeling weak.
See, usually we're completely overcharged.
Yeah.
At this point, we've
from-
had our breakfast, we've had our alcohol
And
induced-
laughs and,
Mimosas and coffee.
we're emotionally on a high. We're everything's good. Everything's positive.
I'm gonna say we're coming in dry
Yeah.
as opposed to moist. I think that makes
yeah, that's
good.
the best way to put it.
yeah, cool. Chris Kerrigan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm ready to go shoot people.
He's gonna go shoot people today. He's gonna go shoot people with paint. I shot kids today already with Nerf.
Oh,
That word?
hell yeah.
I would, yeah.
I nerfed some
You
kids.
nerfed them.
Nerf
some kids.
Nerfed them hard.
Freaking nerf
Speaking
herder.
about
Yep.
being dried, you got a beer over there that I can
I'm sure I do.
drink?
I've got quite a few things. I just got a the ever elusive wizard, Mr. Tex Pedigo, snuck through Lafayette yesterday,
Oh.
granting me a quick visit, and with that came, I think 7 or 8 just fucking top tier beers.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck yeah.
He is here a lot more often than I figured he would be.
Not really. He's only come back 2 or 3 times, but this time, like he said, he was gonna get here Saturday. So I was like, I called my work. I was like, hey, I'm gonna need Monday off. I need some time to hang out with my boy. And then I talked to him yesterday. He's like, no, I'm leaving town in like 4 hours. I'm like, you just got here. He's like, this morning. I'm like, oh, okay.
I got here just to turn around and go home.
Yeah, we traded some beers. I was gonna give him some of the new 450 beers that I'm getting today. So I was like, well, when are you leaving tomorrow? Because he initially said he was leaving Sunday. He's like, no, I'm leaving today. So I was like,
Ooh.
so I had to scramble. And believe it or not, I had 4 or 5 good 450s laying around. I had like the Pika Juice,
That one was pretty tasty.
the Dungeon Master, and the Minecraft one. So they did a video game.
Oh, okay.
Video
Yeah.
game based release. So I gave him a couple of those. But so he asked, 'cause he's out in California, he's like, 450 is like more than gold. It's like fucking asteroid mineral, like shit out here. So he's like, could you get your hands on some? I'm like, sure. And I was just gonna go up and visit Mike Lawton in Muncie, the indie craft brew guy.
Yep.
He's got his own shop now, and he gets 450. Like he's like the only place besides
Oh.
450 that gets these releases.
Dope.
So like, yeah, I can make that happen. But then I saw they had a release. So I asked Jess, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be at work. Could you try to pop on? She got 1 of every kind, and she got 2 slush mellows.
Wow.
Nice.
But then, so I'm busy all weekend. So she drove up there this morning by herself to go get those beers for me.
No way.
I'd say I need to put a ring on it, but I already did.
Hey-o.
So this is not an episode of Brews with Dudes, although it's certainly starting to
Yeah.
sound like it.
Off topic.
Right.
I think I'm gonna have to be here again sometime this week
I mean,
to
Yeah.
try one of those out.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm really excited.
I haven't had 450 in forever.
I saw the slush mellow and I was like, get whatever you can, but as much of the slush mellow, because that's
Right.
the one that has like the marshmallow
Yeah.
in it. I fucking love those. That's like
Yeah,
my new
vanilla,
favorite
Marshmallow.
since they don't do the milkshakes anymore, which is weird. Those were so good.
They were amazing.
So good.
Mango, that a pineapple.
The pineapple was my
It's
favorite.
so good.
Ooh.
All right,
Oh.
Brett Maxwell's also here.
Hello.
Hey, Brett.
Zach Davidson.
Hi.
They switched seats today. It confused
We
me.
did.
I feel like we play musical chairs every
I actually sat
every
where
time.
Chris is last week.
See, I don't know if
That's
that's
right.
going on.
That's right.
I sat where Chris is last week. So
Usually I'm a
right
little
there.
lit by this point, so I guess I don't really know.
That is true. That
I
is
just-
true.
Enter a euphoria of BT Bam talk.
We're starting a little early. This is a DP, like you said, a dry podcast.
Yes, it is.
So we're
Brad.
Coming in dry.
Usually we brunch before this. We're brunching afterwards.
So we're switching it up a little bit. That's a fine. Did I introduce that? I see.
You did.
Yeah.
You ran through us. We talked for a minute.
We got
after,
distracted.
yes.
That's how it usually happens. I'll introduce and we'll get to a point where we stray off.
And there's also this person, this
And
person,
then
this
this
person.
person, this person. That's all.
Let's get
Zach,
started.
Zach, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm
Good.
here.
Great. Awesome. So today we are going to be going over the 5th studio album from Between the Buried and Me, The Great Misdirect. This is the first album I bought. Although when I bought it, I didn't like it.
Okay.
You know,
It was at the suggestion of a Hot Topic hot chick. She's like, I was like,
Okay.
I need something new. She's like, get this. I'm like, bet.
Okay, hot chick, you got me.
And I tried. I don't even think I really got much past I think once I got into Fossil Genera, I was like, absolutely not. And turned it
Really,
off.
because that's what really got me.
Well, it does now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I got through I like Disease, Injury, Madness because of the part in the middle, the boo-doo, boo-doo.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is fucking cool. But for the most part, I was like, this is way too much for me. So this was right when it came out. So that is 2009. So I wasn't quite into prog metal in 2009. It took a little bit more time.
We were still on a kick of some embarrassing music then still.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even need to get into that. Maybe we could do a whole episode, maybe like Happy Fun Metal Time, where we go into all of
or cringe.
Our
Cringe.
high school cringe bands that
Oh,
we
yeah.
listened to.
Oh yeah.
So we each pick a cringe band, and then everyone else has to listen to them, and then we rank.
Ooh.
Then we rank the
Like
cringe
real quick,
bands.
let's do a run through of just one band.
The first one that came to mind for me was Attack Attack.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
18 Visions.
I don't know who that is.
Never heard of
I don't
them.
All
Yeah.
That Remains was one of mine.
That's not
That's not
cringy.
cringe, especially
No,
back
that's
then.
Cringy.
Especially back
So-
then.
Cringy is mine that I'm gonna say is Hawthorne Heights.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
That was
agree.
cringy.
All
I
that
agree.
remains in the two early or like the actual 2000s, not the or the aughts. Awesome.
Ooh, or sleeping
Like
with sirens.
Fall of Ideals.
Fall of Ideals.
Was it called 2 Weeks?
No, the album was called fuck, I know it.
Right.
Overcome.
Overcome.
Overcome, yeah.
Really?
Fuck, I know it. That's
Yeah.
a great album name.
Yeah.
I was just teasing you.
Um,
Fuck, I know it. It's a great album name.
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck, I know it.
Let's see. What do we need to say about it? They did another music video for Obfuscation. They did another music video, and it was for the song Obfuscation. Have any of you watch it or see it?
I have not.
No.
Mm-mm.
Really weird. Let's see. I don't really think it has anything to do with the song.
I hate music videos like that.
Maybe I'm wrong. This family goes to a carnival in the 50s, and they go watch a magician, and this brother sister. The sister gets called to go up on stage, go into a disappearing box act, and it transports her to some like demented world where she's being chased around by like hooded, creepy looking figures. She comes back, and within a day, she pukes up a bunch of vomited like weird shit, and she dies. And
Oh.
the brother gets
Tight.
the brother gets pissed off. He decides to go back to the carnival to burn down the guy's tent. The guy catches him, throws him in the box. So he goes to this alternate world with the demons and shit. But the whole time it's all that is juxtaposed with a man in a black suit just fucking on a mission, which is the boy from the future coming back to try and save everything.
Yeah.
He
That's
gets
wild.
he gets to the carnival. The magician runs into the alternate dimension. The man follows him into the alternate dimension. The boy stabs the magician, and when the magician's laying on the ground, adult him walks up and fucking blows his head off.
Yeah.
Looper.
Oh, weird.
It was wild.
No, just the
So,
explanation is
I was
like
curious.
a
I looked
lot.
up what obfuscation means. It means to confuse, bewilder, or stupefy, to make obscure or unclear, to
Well, I guess-
obfuscate a problem with extraneous information, or to darken.
I guess
Which
that would
is
make
the entire theme of the whole album.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Well, I guess that makes the music video make sense now.
A little bit more.
In a manner of speaking,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
The
We're
whole
like, yeah,
album.
I know what
this is
obfuscating
really weird and
It's the Great
everything
Misdirect.
else. Yeah.
so while we're on obfuscation, the title of the album Great Misdirect comes from the last line of obfuscation. We are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves though. That was that was all flavor.
Yeah.
That was all flavor text to get you in place. It debuted number 36 on the Billboard 200.
Wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's pretty impressive. Obfuscation was on Rock Band. And this has their longest song to date, coming in at 18 minutes long. That is Swim to the Moon, which we will get into all the different things Swim to the Moon has to do with other songs and storylines in the BT Bam universe.
Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Let's do it.
Let's dive in. Great Misdirect. Track 1, Mirrors. This one's real soft. It doesn't ever get like heavy metal. It's nice and smooth. I think it sets the atmosphere perfect
Absolutely.
for the album.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It gives you the Western feel, which the whole album gives me Western feels. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like cowboy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was gonna
I-
say that it gives you. I mean, just look at the album art. That reminds me of Albuquerque from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
absolutely.
that just makes me. That gives me Breaking Bad, which is
Okay.
that's Southwest.
Like a red sand blowing
whole
across
album
the, like,
gives
crawling
Southwest
across the,
vibes.
I get a lot of like that Westworld feel with it.
Yeah.
For whatever, it
absolutely.
just reminds me of Westworld.
Mirrors kind of goes hand in hand with obfuscation.
It's definitely the intro to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's even got the-
a full song intro.
Yes,
I mean, it's got the step
blends
to the
right
side.
into it.
Step to the side, close one eye.
Everything's a novelty. Everyone grows but me.
I thought that line was very interesting.
Everyone's in fragments. It's setting the stage for like we were saying, the theme of the whole album, which is kind of everything about modern life is obfuscated with bullshit. Shit you see on TV, the way people interact with you. It's a quick song. There's only a little bit of lyrics. We just told you all the lyrics.
Yep.
Yep.
And then there's a real cool guitar part. There's a little bass diddly in there too.
It's really cool. A lot of like delay swells and just ambience.
Yeah.
The reverb on the guitars is just perfect. So
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm gonna go ahead and just rank it. This is not really a high point for this album for me. I mean, it was a cool like intro, but that's all it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6.5.
6.5.
Below
Yeah.
the standard?
Good lord.
Below the standard?
I found myself skipping the song on my later playthroughs.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like I just want to get to obfuscation.
It swells.
okay.
It swells perfectly into obfuscation.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
But
because I
obfuscation
like
also
when it-
starts out perfectly on its own. So.
I'm sure once you hear that first note, but like this song leads up to that note. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5.
8.5. That's a healthy score.
I love this is a very good Between the Buried and Me intro to an album. This really set me up for wanting to listen to the whole album.
Absolutely. I
That's
think
what,
it's one of
that's what
the
BT Bam is good at. Their first song is like, what's about to come next? And this had me questioning what was gonna come next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I'm also of a similar mind with Brett. I would say 8.75 maybe. You
8.75.
can't have mirrors without obfuscation. You just can't.
They
And
really
vice versa.
do.
complement each other.
For a long while
Yeah.
after this, they got so they did it with Colors. They did it with this.
Yeah.
They did it with Coma.
Coma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They didn't do it with. They did it with Parallax 2, not with Parallax 1.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't have time with Parallax 1. They just
No.
came in hard as fuck with 3 like 10-minute long songs.
Right.
They're just fucking massive.
Which
Yep.
you could just go from Swim to the Moon straight to Hypersleep dialogues.
And it's
So technically Swim to the Moon could be part of the Hypersleep dialogues.
okay, so I think with Swim to the Moon, there's so many aspects of it
Yeah.
that you're like, you definitely wrote this last because there's so many Parallax elements, like shit that they carried over, and like they come into that sound really well in Swim to the Moon. I was pretty similar minded with you guys. I gave it an 8.6. This was a hard album because it's everything deserves nice high scores.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, am I am I already doing it where I'm going to just start giving every album like super high scores? And I'm like, no, there's
don't
songs
even
coming
care.
up that I don't like nearly as much. But these we're in that sweet spot for me where I'm like, I pretty much like all this shit.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Chris, what do you think?
I'm giving it a solid 9.
Solid 9.
Yeah.
Chris ain't fucking around. He knows what he likes.
No, I just enjoyed it the whole way through. I thought it was a great way to start it, and yeah, it's just enjoyable.
Set the
It's nice
tempo.
and pleasant.
It is. And it immediately breaks through glass with obfuscation.
Oh god.
Mirrors swells up, and that first note hits an obfuscation,
dude.
and you're like,
Yeah.
and we are off.
That lead in the beginning.
It's so good,
That
so
first
powerful.
line. Oh, that first
Someone
line is
threw a
just
rock
great.
at the mirror.
That's actually one of the first things I mentioned in my notes is when Tommy comes in on the vocals. It's one of my favorite. Like, yes, he had vocals in the first song, but when he comes in on obfuscation, it feels like I said, like you're off to the races.
Yeah.
He comes in so fucking strong. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then that line itself is really good. From the simple idea of change blindness, our minds are not what they seem.
Oh yeah.
I did a little wiki search, and it was, in a nutshell, like people's poor ability to detect changes has been argued to reflect fundamental limitations of human attention, which just goes along with the
Exactly
whole
what we're-
concept.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right there. From the simple idea of change blindness, he's like, I wrote a whole album about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Got
Got it.
That breakdown where he's saying this is what we call a brain.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it hits so hard and it has like breaks. Like he says it the first time, then everyone stops for that 1 second. I love that part so much.
Mhm.
They've got a lot of choruses on this album.
Yes.
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 It's not something they do very often. So this is
I liked it.
me
Yeah.
too. The obfuscation is the close one eye, step to the side. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
I just love-
like that when I caught that. Sorry, Dick.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's all
cut you
right.
off.
It's all right.
I like that when they like it felt like a callback to Mirrors.
Yes.
When you hear the line again, just kind of meddled in there a little bit. I absolutely loved that.
He says it so much. Like it was so gentle in Mirrors.
Mhm.
And it's still he doesn't scream it in obfuscation, but the way he says it, it's still so powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't actually notice that was the lyric in Mirrors until like 2 days ago.
You skipped it all the time, Dick.
You need to
I
stop.
also haven't looked. I'm also not like a person who looks at the lyrics while I'm doing my listen throughs.
Looking at them the day of here.
So I just happened to listen to it, and if I finally heard it, and I'm like, wait a minute. But no, when it gets to the chorus and obfuscation, it's like, fuck, this is good because you hear all the swelling underneath it, like the guitar's swelling, and it's just it hits just right.
Mm-hmm.
It goes. It's got a really sick chorus, and I refer to it as a flurry of really pretty notes.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then they just turn it back up, and just right back into whooping your ass.
Yep.
I like a
It's a
good ass
cool-
kicking.
There's a really cool guitar solo that's not like a blistering guitar solo. It's just really, it's pretty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What else do we got? When he yells the ultimate deceiver. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
before coming back into, you get another chorus, and then the final line I really like. I'm gonna have to say it. We will always be part of the Great Misdirect. Stepping in and stepping out. We'll always be part of the Great Misdirect. Mirrors and obfuscation.
Right.
That
You said it.
that last part is just so good. With
really
just,
is.
and just like the way, the way everything just complements each other so well.
I would have to say my favorite line is, as humans, we could never be content with knowing all, yet we can't be content with the fact that our brains will never know.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That is like, fuck.
If I'm not mistaken, they're kind of talking about like, not specifically aliens, but like just extraterrestrial, just like we don't know everything. The fact that we don't bothers us.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about, there will always be a Marfa. There will always be a crypt or exist a cryptos. Just referring to things that exist that we cannot understand.
A mental
or explain.
surgery, a never-ending journey, a technological drawback, pushing us farther than our natural minds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, technology is going to take us farther than we can ever imagine, but our natural minds cannot reach what we wish they could.
There are limitations.
I just love that this song has a really good mixture of progressive and contemporary. Like it has those elements that you would find in just normal metal songs, like a chorus.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that stuff. It's got hooks. you know?
Oh yeah.
But it's also got those super proggy moments that's what BT Vam is.
That goes
Right.
from one riff straight to another.
Yeah.
That it just changes your whole you're kind of just grooving, then all of a sudden you're headbanging, then you're
Yep.
back. Then
Oh,
you're back to
yeah.
grooving.
Like what was
then you're back to grooving.
Was
Mhm.
that close one eye like 8 minutes or something? It just comes back in for like
Mhm.
just a little bit longer.
Yep.
So good. I gave it a 10.
Yeah.
It's a full and completely matured banger.
Oh yeah.
A mature
I-
banger.
I also
Okay,
give this
Nick.
song a
Fully
10.
developed banger. A real banger needs to be at least 6+ minutes, multiple guitar solos.
Just meet all those.
I
criteria.
will work on, yes, I'll make criteria for what a Nick Maxon certified banger really
Nice.
needs. We'll have the different levels. Like it's not a fully developed.
You need to make a little badge, like an NMCB badge that you can put on
There
albums.
we go.
So
On
when
the sticker.
whenever you do like a Lucifist release show, you can put your NMCB on it. This
There
is
we
a
go.
Nick Maxon certified banger.
I need that. That's a good idea.
That's funny.
Chris.
I also give it a 10.
I figured. I know how you think. Dick, what do you think?
9.5.
9.5. It's such a good
fucking
one.
good.
It touches lots of bases.
Oh yeah.
Brett, what
Touches
do you
me.
think?
I'm going 9.75.
9.75. That's real healthy.
Oh, super.
All right, Zach, lay it on me. You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't know. I had a 9 written down. But
Okay.
I don't feel like that justifies. I mean, it has to be at least a 9.5. Let's just do
9.5.
9.5.
Give it that extra bump.
Just a little bump.
I get that. Like I'll have songs like, yeah, this is like an 8.5 or 9, and then we start talking about it. I'm like, wait,
This is better than
maybe
Right,
it
yeah.
deserves a little
Or
more.
maybe I find something else about the song that I didn't think of.
Yep.
Or I mean, yeah,
That's
whatever.
that's exactly what I'm saying.
We're collectively becoming one with these songs, guys.
We are.
Yes.
I'm okay with it.
Well, yeah, brother.
So obfuscation ends with some sounds like voices coming over a radio,
Mhm.
Yeah.
breaking in, breaking out before another totally fucking awesome intro to a
Oh
song.
God.
Disease, Injury, Madness, track number 3. Obfuscation came in hard as fuck, and Disease, Injury, Madness managed to come in just as hard, if not harder.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it came harder.
Definitely harder.
Hard.
It's so brutal. This one, oh man.
Yeah, it's
If
a little.
we get into the lyrics, it's just so good. Don't think, don't speak. I will do this for you. Every natural thought or feeling you've ever had will change tonight. Trust the pedestal, for now we become a higher being. I'm your new mind. I am your new you.
Mhm.
I'm your sin. I am your lust. I am you. You are me.
Okay, these lyrics are a lot different than I heard. I heard like I am your new high, I am your new low.
Oh no.
No, I mean it works either way. I
Right.
think
It's kind of like
that's
it's
cool
almost
though.
like the slaves are meeting the higher power, almost kind of a deal. Like what am I trying to say? Like referring to the things that you can't explain. Like there's definitely some elements of like meeting the peak beings.
I interpreted this. This will be fun. This might be an off take. So after it goes in extremely hard as fuck. We get to the first. Is it a breakdown? The control and collapse, collide control,
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say it's a breakdown.
and then we go back into some heaviness, and then it breaks down into this real low. Swampy's not the word. Dark foresty maybe. And when you look at the lyrics, or you look in the liner notes,
Mhm.
when he first comes in talking, he's portraying the voice of a child. And then halfway through that, behind the vocal, so they're both coming in at the same time, you've got the adult or the parent speaking back. The child saying, I sit on the dirty floor, a weak mind for a cause I do not know. I don't know what to live for. The adult saying, sit down, stand up, please. Lay down, drink this, please. A tribe within itself, a vision I will display to blind the caring. Then goes into having regrets. So if I may, the disease is the parent themselves inflicting the injury on the child by trying to tell them exactly what to do, causing the child to go into madness. That's how I've always interpreted the song.
Okay,
I see that.
I like it.
I see that. Yeah, because the
Yeah.
parent, like, once they see their child growing
Ooh,
up, like
and
they realize whatever they forced onto them could be
that further gets driven
wrong.
home in the next lines. I am a cult by definition. I am a friend by first impression.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, follow me, blind me because you came out of me.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, do what I like. Everything that I tell you to do is what you have to know is absolute truth.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else we've got.
Something else
Fuck
I did,
humanity and life. Hell yeah.
This world is shit, and I have proved this with my followers. You are now dead. Disease injury madness. Bump, 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 ba-do-do-do. It's such a fucking. We didn't even get into the horse whinny. I mean,
Oh, dude. Oh yeah.
Nay.
I hate horses, but that whinny makes me laugh.
Every time.
it's
I wrote this in my notes. I didn't really mean to, but so disease, injury, madness, dim.
dim. Ooh, I
I
like
didn't really
that.
think about that.
I never
but
looked at that way.
Kind
either.
of. I don't know. It made sense in a way.
It's got a pretty wicked bass solo in it.
I love the
Mhm.
bass solo right at like 8 minutes up until like the
Mhm.
last very end of the song. It rides that same riff. The bass solo starts the riff and then the guitar comes in after and just kind of rides that same riff out for the last 2.5 minutes. And it's amazing.
Just write that.
I
riff.
love it. I'm a big sucker for some sexy bass lines.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Mhm.
oh, that bass line is sexy. Just nice and low. Just super. Just
I'm usually pretty split. Like, okay, there's cool bass lines and then there's cool bass tones, and the tone is what gets me.
I like that. That's a good description. Yeah.
Because it's you have your typical, oh, I'm a bass player and I'm just gonna sit in the mix, and yeah, if I'm not there, you might notice I'm not there, but if I am there, you're not gonna hear me at all. But then there's bands that have like just this.
They've got a Dan fucking Briggs.
They got a fucking tone.
Beyond
It's just
Creation is good for
dirty.
bass.
Yeah.
Beyond
dirty.
Creation is one of my favorites for bass, but that's
Oh, yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
totally different subject.
Um,
Well, they're
I
also
like that
rocking
they
8
managed
strings.
to.
Yeah.
This is one of the songs that doesn't have a chorus. It just kind of blasts through
Mhm.
this to that to this to that. But at the very end, it comes back with the first riff
Mm-hmm.
one more
Yeah.
time. Before, like I said, he goes out, disease, injury, madness. Song end. Next song immediately starts, and it's just an awesome piano.
Are we gonna rank disease?
We are.
We're just gonna keep.
Okay.
We're gonna do
I'm like,
this.
damn, we just went right into.
We're very excited about fossil genera.
Yes.
I am not gonna surprise anyone. I also gave Disease, Injury, Madness a 10. Zach, what did you think?
This was my first 10, hands down.
Your
without a
first
doubt.
10. It's
Is that your first 10 from any album?
no.
No,
just for
okay,
this
I was
album.
gonna
It's a
say.
big long
No, I just read
song.
this album.
Yeah, it's a healthy 9 minutes.
11.
Or 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at obfuscation.
The only explicit song on the album.
Oh.
You don't say.
Wow.
Brett, what do you think?
10.
Oh man.
10.
Okay.
No hesitation.
Dick, you gonna
I
ruin it?
loved it.
I'm totally gonna ruin
What
it.
do you think?
It's still healthy. It's still healthy.
Not a 6.5?
It's an 8.5.
8.5.
Oh.
Okay.
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 All right.
A little above the standard.
Chris.
Let's take a wild guess.
Sorry,
Like,
guys.
I'm gonna have another one of these albums where
They're all really good.
I am
Yeah.
too, because
love it.
I was talking with Dick last night when he was at the pub. I, for some reason, thought that this album came before Colors, and I know everything pretty much post Colors.
Mm.
So this is an album I hadn't really listened to, and I've listened to it a lot, and I have fallen in love with it extremely. So yeah, this one's gonna be a healthy one for me.
Yeah.
So I know, Brett, with that being said, you have said pretty much every time I've seen you in the past week or two how much you love fossil genera. So I'll let you.
Love.
I will let you go off and get everyone acquainted with song number 4, Fossil Genera, a feed from Cloud Mountain.
This song has everything I want from a prog metal BT bam song. It comes in with, I describe it as the Donkey Kong Country intro. Ba-doo-doo-doo, 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 bow, 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 ba-doo-doo-doo. And I have not stopped doing like running that beat through my head constantly.
That little ditty has been stuck in my head for weeks.
Yes.
Hands down.
Everything from that to just, I mean, what there's the acoustic part in this one, right? It just this one for me, it like I said, it encapsulated every feeling from heaviness to softness to story to everything. So this was my favorite song on the entire album for
I
sure.
love the beginning part, like even like when the lyrics kick into the
Oh, yeah.
can be populous. It's such like they've done stuff like that, but this is a long drawn out section where he gets into he does his little weird voice.
Oh yeah.
It's just got it strays away from the heavy for it's only 3 or 4 minutes before getting in and really whooping your ass real hard.
For centuries.
I love right after that little piano part to start too, where it just like just,
it's just a piano for a couple measures, and then everything kicks in real hard.
Yeah, the way the guitars come in, like when the guitars hit that, it's like it's swaying.
Yeah,
it's a swaying feeling.
That's a great way to put it.
The fucking caravan is going off the rails.
This song to me, just without even looking at the lyrics, if you were just listening to the song, not pay attention to lyrics at all, you would think this is like a villainous theme song. From some
definitely.
Disney movie from the 90s.
Yeah, especially with the lyrics too, because I love the like.
Let's just say Fievel Goes West.
The outer space takeover.
The satellites have been tapped, and Cloud Mountain will carry on the commands of our ancestors. Then it goes into
the imagery that I've got for all that. Like,
and it's like
it's so good.
When they're talking about like we work from here, we've watched every disease. It's like these satellites
And
are
you know who it is?
orbiting.
Dig? You know who it is?
The Night Owls.
The Night Owls. This is our introduction to the Night Owls.
Yes.
Which we're going to hear a fuck ton about in upcoming Parallax themed albums. This is a really great song. It's probably the most lyrically dense song.
I would agree with that.
Absolutely, it goes on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, he has a lot to say.
They repeat a couple lines, but it doesn't come back to a chorus or a hook or anything like that. It just keeps running through, and it's just a wild ride from start to finish. And I absolutely love this song.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. It's I really like the song is set down softly for the next song. Whereas the past couple songs it's just like build up into the next song and then slow down right into the next song. And this one just kind of sets you down softly for Desert of Song.
Yeah.
I love how powerful the
nice.
end though. Like him
it builds up.
We must move on.
I wrote that down as well. It definitely resonates.
It's got you hear wind as it's taking you into Desert of Song.
Okay.
So I guess what we need to get into a little bit is we kind of talked about it. It's going the Night Owls. These are saying, indeed, we walk from here. We have for centuries, hearing every breath, watching every disease. Then it jumps into the leaders are driving to their furthest retreats. It's talking about fucking, what do you want to call it? I don't want to use the word like Illuminati, but like New World Order.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people
hiding underground in bunkers
The
while
Night
they
Owls.
use satellites to watch us, track us, and know everything about us, and they
Two
cower.
people running the countries.
The Night Owls are a race or beings that are controlling and pulling all the strings. Not only that, but they're out in the open as well, saying, hey, we know what's best for you. We're going to help you succeed and carry forth your civilization. But in their heads, they're like, yeah, we're doing that, but we're also going to be your demise because that's all part of our game.
And what has been alluded to in multiple songs and finally comes to full fruition, and this builds up. Fossil Genera builds up to Desert of Song, and Desert of Song is when they have taken the music.
Yes.
And that's been brought up in both Alaska and Colors. This concept of the idea of music being stripped away. So I guess I haven't really looked at the lyrics too terribly hard. We're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
But they go so well together.
I never made the connection between the two.
I'm gonna continue to make
Go for it.
After we rate Fossil Genera. I've done this more on this album than any other album.
Well, so easy
We just start
to.
diving into the next ones.
It's that dry start, you know.
I know. I need a
Dry
little bit more moisture.
Well, also, it's just so hard to, considering that they all just tie into each other. All of the songs tie into each other. Which
And I think they continue to do moving forward with their albums.
Oh,
From
yeah.
now on, everything ties into one another pretty much. I feel like
It's really awesome. Who wants to rank Fossil Genera first?
10.
All right. I knew.
10.
I knew. Zach.
I gave it also a 10.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Y'all are gonna I'm the black sheep here. I gave it an 8.7.
Oh,
Whoa. That's low for you right now.
That is low for me. I will say definitely though, I've grown to like it a lot more recently.
Yes.
Since
I would agree with
since
that.
we've been going through it. Yeah, it was one of those, like I said at the beginning, like when I listened to it in 2009, I was like, this is way too fucking weird.
This is wild.
And it is very fucking weird, and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Chris,
It's another 10.
got it. I got it.
It's definitely one of those songs like I love listening to every album all the way through.
Mhm.
But at the same time too, this is one I can just straight go to
Mm-hmm.
and love every minute of it.
Which I found myself doing that recently.
I think I listened to it like
Fossil. Check that out.
I think I listened to
See
it
how it
like
is.
5 times in a row the other day just because I was like, I can't get over that piano and
There's-
that
Such a good
hit with the
start.
guitar. Yeah, where it's just like
We were.
ah.
Yeah.
I was driving home from picking up
Go
the
ahead.
kids, and that song came on, and I look in the rearview mirror, and Maverick's in the background dancing to the
Grooving.
piano, and then the guitars come in. And he's like, "Hey, why'd you change the song?" I'm like, "I didn't. This is the
it's
song."
the same song,
Same
but
song, promise.
I'll put the piano part on, and you can two-step to it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just so many
You can
times.
totally
You can two-step to Fossil Genera.
Man.
Oh, you could two-step to
You
Fossil
sure
Genera.
There's so
Man,
many
we need
times.
we need to send that song to the Harm's Way Running Man.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That would be perfect. Imagine
Yeah.
if just.
All right, we're gonna do that.
We have to do it.
We're gonna
Have
do
to.
that.
If it doesn't already exist. Okay.
I'm
Dick,
sure it doesn't.
he's done so many weird things.
So many.
I don't-
Hundreds.
Is it him making them?
It's not the
I
band,
was
but
gonna
it's,
say, yeah.
it's just some guy.
I know it's the guy.
All right, Dick. It's all up to you. What do you give Fossil Genera, a feed from Cloud Mountain?
So, I really like this song.
Same.
It wasn't a song that I originally liked on my initial listen years ago. 10. This is a 10.
Wow.
I love this
Fuck
song.
yeah. Yes.
Wow.
This-
I blew this one.
I mean, it's just
Isn't it?
it's just too good of a song, like whether you like it or not. Like, it's just too good.
You right. You right. Yeah. Total banger. No, is it a banger?
I could two-step.
I would say
this is
I
a
could
banger.
two-step.
Now,
or-
two-stepping
This
doesn't
is-
mean it's a banger.
Okay, but I also think it's a banger.
Okay,
I'd
that's
say
fine.
it's
fine.
worthy of being a banger status.
It doesn't have to be super heavy to be a banger.
You know, we're not going to get into the
The-
intricacies
criteria.
of what
The
constitutes-
semantics of a banger in
Yeah.
two-stepper.
We'll revisit that another time. So, like we were saying earlier, Fossil Genera kind of after the real big and bright finish with vocals and stuff, it kind of sets you down right into Desert of Song, and you feel like you're in the middle of a fucking desert.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This
Absolutely.
is the debut of Paul Wagner on vocals, and I love it. I
Same
think-
here.
I-
I thought
He's
he
got
did
a great
great.
voice.
It sounds
Yeah.
He did
so
great.
good.
I definitely agree.
It's so let's see. How do we get into Desert of Song? The radio stops tuning. The static is forbidden. The chords quit strumming. The drums quit thumping. The tones are forbidden. The throat can't start singing. Describing this world of maybe not soundlessness, but at least forbidden music. Second half of the song getting into the silence is broken. Here we sing with the fear. So they don't give a fuck what the Night Owls are gonna do. They're gonna sing their
Yeah.
fucking songs.
The transition into fear is just.
There's a real cool solo in the middle of it. This one doesn't get heavy.
Mm-mm.
At
No.
all.
It swells up at one point. Right about it's about halfway. It's about halfway through it. Yeah, cool guitar solo. Relatively acoustic's not the word,
It's
but
eerie. It's got
Very eerie.
It's got an eerie tone to it.
Tommy's voice is just different too. Like,
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I really like it. I give it an 8.8. Which is a little higher than I gave Fossil Genera, which is a little weird, but the more I thought about it, it's just such a good concept lyrically. And I think the way they put the lyrical theme with the music, it fits so perfect with the whole concept of the album. So, Zach, what did you think?
I gave it a solid 9. It's a very nice transition coming from the heaviness that was Fossil Genera. Just a nice letdown, nice in between. However, lyrically, it's still.
It's probably the most straightforward lyrical song.
Right.
Yeah, lyrically, it's so good. It's still tying into everything. It's just, to me, this is the word. The Night Owls, like, what would you say? They start taking things, right? So they've taken the music, they've taken the world around them. They've made it to this desert, and they're singing, their desert of song.
They've found their new home.
Yes.
It's their utopia.
Yeah.
It's what they have left.
Fuck them Night Owls. All right, Dick, what do you think?
This is my favorite song on the album. This is
Really?
a 10. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I found myself coming back to this song a lot. I love Paul Wagner's voice in the beginning.
It's
I
so
do
good.
good. And then
I do
Tommy
too.
coming in. And then them having a duet in the It Will Rain part.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Fall so slow.
It's so good.
It really is.
I think I used to think it was silly, and then just over the years I'm like, it's not. It's just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
silly.
I
how
thought it
good
was
this
silly
is.
because he's never done anything like that, it's fucking cowboy fucking Paul, man.
Absolutely.
I see that fucking handlebar mustache, and God, what a fucking king. All right, Chris, do I need to ask?
Yep.
What do you think?
Actually, you're gonna be surprised because I'm gonna be like the downer on this one.
Okay.
I only gave it a 7.75.
Okay.
I enjoy the song.
So good.
It's a great spot and everything.
It's different.
But
It's different.
I mean,
BT Band.
it's still really enjoyable though. But
not your
just
dig.
it doesn't hit me the way I want it to.
There's not a lot of hit.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
slow burn.
Mhm.
Right. What do you mean? I enjoy it, but it's just like, huh? Okay.
You like your BT Band deep fried.
Hey man,
Excellent. All right.
I like it real deep.
Brett wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't.
What do you think of Desert's song?
It gets a 9.
Gets a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid.
It gets 9.
All right. This one kind of like we're gonna do this one more time. Fossil goes down, brings you into desert, and then desert goes back down right into
You
final
got
song.
the waves and you got the
yes,
waves in the
definite
beginning,
waves.
Yep.
which to me made me think of Kardashev Between Sea and Sky.
Mhm.
Because
Indeed.
this song to me, this next song, "Swim to the Moon," is like it feels to me like fall into the ocean, become one with the sea. Life seems so much smaller. Swim to the moon. So once you're underwater, staring up at the moon, it would look like you can just swim and grab the moon. And to me, that does just like that gave me some Kardashev feels,
I can see where you're coming from.
or Kardashev gives me some "Swim to the Moon" feels.
There we go. That works. Let's see. Dick, why don't you start us off?
So, just some personnel. This song features guest vocals from Chuck Johnson, who is the band's photographer and like album layout guy.
Can I make a quick note about that?
Yes, he's awesome.
Garbage.
Really, the vocals or the
song
album
comes in
art?
so great. No, the album art's great. He's a great photographer, not a great vocalist. In my personal opinion, the song comes in, and when those vocals hit, I'm like,
It's weird.
like if I'm walking, I'm stopping. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like for the longest time, I thought it was Tommy because I could see where it could sound like him, but then I was like, this is just some other guy, and it did not do it for me. It's my least.
Yeah.
The moment his voice hits the record is my least favorite BT Band moment.
I don't think he's a bad vocalist.
I
'Cause
never
it
noticed
sounds
it.
it sounds solid, but it's just not my style. Like it's not something I want to hear. But
I just assumed it was Paul.
it's also really
I thought it was Tommy
weird
for the longest time.
for
Yeah.
this song. Like it doesn't really happen again the rest of the song.
It's like they threw it up against the wall and it just fucking bounced right back out.
Yeah.
All right,
Did
well,
not stick.
because guess what? This is their 5th album. They never do they don't ask him to come back. So
I love the guitar at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
first note.
Oop.
Bum, 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 bum,
So
bum.
this song
and then you get
is
the drums and they stop and then you get it again.
the
Yeah.
introduction.
That intro is great.
The song is the introduction to a character called Prospect One. He is the first character in the Parallax story. He's basically the Earth character, like the one that's not out in space trying to reseed the fucking universe or whatever. So this guy is a guy who, much like Son of Nothing, like this is also considered a companion piece to Son of Nothing.
Tommy refers to it as a
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is fed up with the mundaneness of his life. He's fed up with everyone around him, and he's just fed up. So he decides that he's just going to swim to the moon. He's just going to drift out to sea, and whatever happens to him, happens to him. He's done with it.
I feel that. I feel that hard.
Yeah.
This is their longest song, like we said, 18 minutes. It goes up all over the place. My notes. I'm such an asshole. So, the intro is really, really cool. It gets real frantic. You definitely feel like, man, this is about to fucking pop off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the train hits a fucking tree or something with those vocals. The transition into the chorus, I really, really like.
Yes, I agree.
This is another song with a chorus. This one is a big journey. It goes up and down several different times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a whole drum break, which I really like.
oh yeah,
Love
that was
the
great.
drums. Love the drum break there.
Let's see.
Something at 10 minutes. My notes is like 10 minutes fucking slaps.
Just
Can we jump to 10 minutes and play a
Dude.
3-second clip?
Just a little tidbit.
Do you have a
So we don't get
exact
flagged.
timestamp?
It just says 10 minutes in my.
There's a fucking keyboard solo,
Yes.
a real
Really
nasty
is.
keyboard solo.
Absolutely.
That also still has that fucking Western vibe. Even in
Yeah.
flowing in the middle of the dark waters, they're like,
Yep.
oh no, buddy, you
He's-
still came from out west.
He's in the Gulf.
Yeah, there's just so much to it.
A lot of the riffs gave me some like Kill Bill vibes.
Ooh,
Really?
yeah.
Gave me like gave me like a Quentin Tarantino like twangy Kill
Mhm.
Bill vibe. Like I
Okay.
could see Uma Thurman fucking cutting a bunch of people down with a sword while this is playing in the background.
I can dig that.
Who wants to lead us in the rank?
Give it a 9 1/4.
9 and some change.
Yep.
Dongo,
I'm giving it a 10.
giving it a 10.
Like this song is just like you said, it's a journey. I really like the chorus. The chorus is like
Yeah.
one of my
Mhm.
favorite choruses in BT Bam.
Yeah. For
I also really like how towards the end they kind of halftime it with the drums, and it just kind of grooves
Yeah.
really
Like,
well.
yeah. Groove.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, what do you guys say about it?
I thought it was a banger. It was just an absolute fucking unit. Bunch of slut
Absolute
riffs.
unit.
Bunch of slutty riffs. Just like I said, 10-minute slaps. That drum, whatever, that breakdown solo, whatever. Really liked where you said look into the picture. That part there, just ugh.
Oh man,
I can't remember where I've heard that term before. It was such a unit. It's like,
Fucking unit.
With that said, 10.
Give it a 10. All right. I gave it a 9. Solid 9. It's another one that has definitely grown on me as I've delved into it more. I guess it just didn't match up to my earlier I guess I just really loved Obfuscation and Disease Injury.
Yeah.
And I tried to give all these contestable bangers a chance. I mean, I still ranked them really fucking high. I don't know why I'm explaining myself. Brett, what do you think? Swim to the moon.
So I was on my own personal journey while listening to this album, and it really, really made me connect with the music and everything throughout the entire thing. So this one's gonna be a 10 as well.
Ew.
Got it.
so more with the Parallax story. So the next canonical song is almost halfway through Parallax 2, which is called a song called Bloom.
Bloom. That's a good one.
That happens during this whole event during this song, so it's kind of taking you out of it. But it's weird that they placed it where they did.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of back and forth. With the
yeah, it
characters,
is.
so-
Yeah.
even with
And then
BT Bam in
after
general.
that, so after Bloom is Specular Reflection off the next album EP.
Ooh. Hypersleep Dialogues.
Mm-hmm.
Such an absolute fucking banger of an album.
Mhm.
9.3. 9.4 group rank on this one.
Yeah.
Everyone was over a 9 on this.
Did Brett and I get the exact same score?
Yes.
You did.
What?
You did.
Okay.
All the way down.
No, like literally the same exact score down to the number.
Except for the
Little
first
bit,
two
little bit of
songs.
change on the first two
Yes.
songs, but it evens
The
out to
total average.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
9.54166667.
buddy.
Hey-o.
High five.
They were on the
That's
exact
funny.
same page
That's
Yeah.
funny.
on that one. Yeah, we sure loved us some Great Misdirect.
Mhm.
I believe that makes it our second highest ranked,
Should be.
right
Yep.
after the colors.
Les couleurs.
Les colors.
Nicole.
That sounded like some
Les couleurs.
SpongeBob transition right there.
Good.
10 minutes later.
Yeah, okay.
They're making more SpongeBob shows, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, Patrick.
Ooh.
A Patrick Star show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We will probably we probably won't do a whole lot more SpongeBob talk.
No.
Oh, we
but,
gonna rank SpongeBob.
Can we rank Krusty Krab pizza?
There's enough
man.
songs in there. We could probably do like an album
Well, you got like
Of
you got the
SpongeBob
jellyfish song.
as like just extra content.
The rip my pants.
Yep.
Ripped my
Yeah.
pants.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
I want to go home.
Yep. I do that all the time.
I want to go
Oh,
home.
Where he's
Oh,
talking about the
no.
pizza.
home.
Oh, Krusty Krab. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah,
If I wasn't so scared of clipping the mic,
Campfire song.
I would. Yep.
Campfire song,
So many
oh,
bangers.
God.
Okay,
So-
maybe we'll do maybe we'll rank
Quick.
we'll rank the SpongeBob song at some point.
Oh, that's funny.
That'll
Um,
be the icing on the cake after this season of albums.
I think let's see. Looks like what is that? The last song. So "Swim to the Moon" is our highest rank, 9.75. That's
Yeah.
That's more than healthy.
Okay with that.
That song's taking his vitamins, boys.
Oh yeah.
Girthy.
Sorry, message popped up.
Good and girthy.
That
Oh yeah.
brother. So that brings us to the end of the Great Misdirect. Super fun one.
Loved it.
Yes.
I am really excited to get into these next couple albums. The Parallax series is it's a definite high point. It's awesome that in what do they have 7-8 albums? It's like what's their high point? Like the middle 4 or 5 albums.
Yeah.
Like majority.
This is Parallax was my true entry into the band, so I'm really excited for it.
When so let's see. So I bought Great Misdirect when it came out. Didn't like it. Took maybe 2011 or 12 that I got into Colors, and I was like, oh fuck yeah. Then the first album to come out when I liked them was Parallax 1. So that's when it was like they were announcing it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go pick this up the day it comes
That
out.
was 2011.
Yeah. So look at that 2-year difference.
That was Coma Eclectic for me.
Was it?
Because the first time when I started getting into them was when we saw them live the first time together in Indy. That was the Atlas Moth show.
And we showed up.
We showed up right as they were coming into the first song. Like we were standing at the Atlas Moth merch table, and you heard the note, and you grabbed my shirt. And you're like, "Let's
We need to
go!"
go.
Like that's the first note. Let's go. Let's go.
We gotta get it.
First note of what?
I
What
don't
song
remember.
did they play?
I don't remember. I've been to. I think I'm up near 15 times I've seen them, so it's hard to keep track.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
More times than I've seen Disturbed.
That was the first time I had seen them, so I didn't know. But yeah, so then Coma Eclectic was the next album to come out later that year. So that was like the
That's
one
why it's your
I was
favorite.
super excited
If anybody's
for.
still
That's your-
playing
that
the rank 'em all drinking game, drink up. Nick got exasperated by
Yeah.
something I said.
I was getting ready to bring up I just saw a meme the other day of y'all remember when that time when Disturbed was in the middle of recording Down with the Sickness and the lead vocalist
His mom.
comes in and whoops his ass.
Oh, shit.
That's a good one.
That's
I was like, I
incredible.
can't believe that joke took 15, 20 years to happen. but
20.
It's so good.
It took 20 years.
I never looked at it that way, but now that's the way I'm going to look at it.
He's in the booth and his mom starts whooping him.
Just fucking stomping his
Ah.
ass. She comes in like a unit.
Whole band sitting there like,
There it
dude,
is
that
again.
stays on the song. Like, please, no, I was getting abused. It
No,
stays.
You have no choice in the matter.
Okay, that brings us to the end, guys. Thank you for listening.
I'm glad
Appreciate-
that brings us to the end.
That brings us to the end. A little bit of Disturbed talk.
Dude, it's about time to brunch soon.
It is brunch time.
It's about time to brunch.
We might need to get us a picture of mimosas.
Oh, we're getting a picture of mimosas.
We doing it. All right. Thank you to all you wonderful gentlemen. DJ Dick, Chris, Brett, Zach.
I'll just add it to the list.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at nicknames. I like to think.
Pretty good at
Um,
nicknames for me.
That's true. I've come up with at least 2 for you. No more than that.
The Dong Father,
The Dong Father.
Dongo
That was
Richie,
my
the
order.
Dong
Dongo
Father,
MD.
I believe you're still on my phone as Dr. Dongo.
the Dongliest.
Oh, my
It's just-
lord.
The Dong Master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that now brings us to the end. Once again, thank you guys for checking us out. We will see you next time for Parallax Hypersleep Dialogues on another episode of Rank 'Em All Between the Buried and Me edition.
I hate horses.